recording, but I wasn't. So I have already shuffled the cards, and this is what the cards show. This is going to be a 9-card spread for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And if the reading doesn't resonate with you as a Gemini, check back to your Moon and Rising sign. Okay, here we go. The Chariot, the 8 of Wands, the World card, the World card, the 2 of Pentacles, the Fool card, remember I'm recording on 2 cameras, so the 5 of Swords, I think someone is traveling or is going to have an opportunity to travel this month. Maybe you take a car to the airport. Yeah. The Hermit, the Moon, and lastly, the Ace of Pentacles. And what is over the entire reading? It is the 3 of Swords. So what do I have in the spread itself? I have 5 major arcana, which are your spiritual lessons. I also have 1 wand and 2 pentacles and a sword. No court cards or anything like that. So right in the center, let me back up. If the major arcana are your spiritual lessons, the wands represent your passion, your focus, determination. Coins represent either finance or doing something, finances, and the swords represent your thoughts, beliefs, perceptions, and ideas. So I have here with me, I have no repeater numbers. That's always interesting. And I have the Chariot, the 8 of Wands, the World card, the 2 of Pentacles, the Fool, and the 5 of Swords, the Hermit, which is a 9, the Moon card, and the Ace of Pentacles. The cards are read past, present, future, past, present, future, with the interplay of the cards. So we start right off in the center with the Fool card. It means basically that you might have an opportunity to travel. It says expect the unexpected, and you may get a chance to do something new. If you'd like to see the full video, please head over to my YouTube channel, Hidden Lotus Tarot at YouTube. So what we're looking at here, like I said, we're gonna travel, maybe go abroad. I don't know, it could be local. And the Chariot card speaks to, it's a 7, so it represents a spiritual number. It also says to slow down and think carefully about what your next steps are. The Chariot card promises that if you can control your emotions, you can do what you want to do. It doesn't say it might not be easy, but controlling your emotions is the key. The next card over is the 8 of Wands. It speaks to travel, usually in conjunction with business, but it's also known as the arrows of love. So that means you might meet somebody flying or traveling, a romantic partner, or you might hear from a romantic partner, or a romantic partner may show up in your life. But we don't know where the 8 wands are going. They're just flying through the air, right? 8 can also perhaps mean that everything is, if situation was stuck, it's going to be rapid events will make it move along. It can also represent having obstacles, hassles, and delays. The World card. Literally, I think this means the world. So I think some of you may be traveling, and if not overseas, to a foreign land. And the World card says, like the Chariot, it says you are protected, and as you step out, before you step out into the world, you have to look back on everything that you've done, the part that you played in it. And then once you figure out what you're doing, you can step out into the world. So it's like a graduation. But right now, it says to me, you have all the wisdom and knowledge and skill that you need, but you have to give it a few more, maybe just a bit more thought. We have here the 2 of Pentacles, and this is kind of funny because right here, this row down here, in the past row, it's telling you to control or think about your emotions. But the 2 of Pentacles is saying to me, you're all at sea about your emotions. Topsy-turvy. See how the boats are rocking back and forth? So this could be about handling 2 situations at once. It could be robbing Peter to pay Paul, or like working 2 jobs. It also says a message is going to come which may help you decide what you have to do, because it's 2, all 2s relate to choices, options, decisions, oppositions, a crossroads. But I see here there's some kind of upset or argument. A fight, maybe. And maybe even a separation. Because the 5 of Swords, 5s always represent the energy of change, discordant energies. But this card, look how the 2 people have walked away. And you have 2 swords over your shoulder. I always look at this as the person who I'm doing the reading for. And the 2 swords over his shoulder tells me that you either should not have said something or should have said something. So this card says if somebody is maligning you, or they're stealing from you, or talking bad about you in a dispute, stand up for yourself. Don't be afraid. The 3rd sword is at the ready. And sometimes this card can mean don't be argumentative, because the 2 people that you're fighting with will sink to end levels to win. But I have this weird combination of the Moon and the Hermit. And the Hermit is a 9, like the 7. It says for you to stop, focus within, meditate, contemplate, maybe even study. Because he's not just a scholar, he is also a teacher. He has a sword in his lamp, and that way he can, through the dark, he can lead others through the dark. He can teach them what he learned while he's on the mountaintop. Frozen. The staff gives him support. The rod there gives him support. Sometimes this card can mean that you spend a lot of time alone, like isolated. The warning is not to become too isolated, but maybe you're the kind of person who likes to do things alone, and you do well for it. It's a 9. So this is about focusing on completion of events before you step out into the world. The moon card, it tells me a timing, perhaps either the first full moon of this month or at the new moon. And it shows me that it's like unknown what's going to happen. But you have to walk that path anyway. See how the path is there? And remember how everything can, when in the moonlight, nothing is as clear as in the sunlight. The sunlight illuminates everything. The moon can throw shadows. So this is about psychological fears. Maybe even hallucinations or fantasies. It can speak to madness even. And the card says, no matter what, you have to walk the path alone. We have here the the dog, the wolf, and the crustacean. So the crustacean equals your emotions coming up to the surface. And the dog and the wolf say you have to learn to balance your wild side with your domestic side. Either way it goes, you have to walk the path. Anyway, so this is about walking the path of the unknown. Not knowing exactly what's going to happen when you get to the other side. And here we have the Ace of Pentacles. Now, all aces are related to ones. And aces are only opportunities. It doesn't promise anything. So this is either a situation where you're going to get to do something new, or you may have a new opportunity to make money. But it's only a promise. You have to be in the right frame of mind to pick up on the right opportunities to put yourself there. That's what these cards are telling you. But because it's either going to happen at the full moon or the new moon, you don't have a clue. This is telling me we don't know exactly what exactly is going to happen, but it will be a new opportunity either way. Now, the Three of Swords talks about an attack on your feeling center. Maybe this is why you're traveling. Maybe you had a previous disagreement with someone that escalated, but the Three of Swords has a sense of vision. It says you have to have long-term pain for long-term gain. It's not a Seven of Swords, it's not a Nine of Swords, it's not a Ten of Swords, it's not an Eight of Swords. It's a 3. So it tells me that this pain will pass quickly. Also, there may be a message coming in that will help you make a decision. We have 2 of those. The 2 of Coins and the 3 of Swords. So, I can only look at the 8 of Wands, the 2 of Pentacles, the 5 of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles as it relates to the Chariot, the World card, the Fool, and the Hermit, and the Moon. So let me look and see what I have. The 8 of Wands, tells me nothing. I still say you may be traveling, taking a car, maybe to the airport in relation to business and traveling. And maybe that's what the 3 of Swords is all about. You're sad because you had to say something mean to someone in order to leave, or someone said something mean to you that made you leave. 2 of Pentacles. Next to the 3 of Swords. It's not next to, but there's an influence. It may be an indication that some loss in business or finances is inevitable. You are asked to be prepared to make relevant and necessary changes. It may also indicate a clash of personalities within a working environment or a situation that may bring about disagreements and an inability to compromise. I read that wrong. Just a second. I thought that was Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. Next to the Ace of Pentacles. There we go. It is a message to consider, reconsider, and reevaluate any new plans or ideas that involve financial commitments or outlays. With a 5, and I have a 5 here. Next to any 5, it implies your energies are being scattered due to undue stress and confusion. Slow down, relax, and think carefully about each step this time that you take at this time. Allow all things to flow as they will and have faith. I think this is what the moon is trying to show me, because it's like you're going to be in a communication blackout. You're not going to have the information that you need. And so you don't know if what you plan or what you're going to do is going to work out. And if you're not in the right frame of mind, it may not, because there are two paths here. See, one with the domestic side and the wild side, and another path here. The 5 of Swords. Telling me nothing, but it suggests that you may need to regain your composure before stepping forward and going ahead with plans. You tell you to watch out, to reevaluate. Don't be foolish. And now we look at the Ace of Pentacles. With the 3 of Swords. It is a message to carefully consider your plans, as becoming involved in an unclear situation may lead to ongoing duress, as you may be taking on more than you can handle. It may be implying that you have taken on more than you can handle. You are asked to take one step at a time. With the Ace of Pentacles. With the, maybe an indication that someone is biting off more than they can chew, and a decision must be made before becoming more involved or taking even more on board. That's what it tells me. So I don't know what this is. It a business opportunity, or someone offers you something? I say yes, and you're handling at least 2 situations at once. But I have 3 cards here that tell me that you need to stop first, control your emotions, take it one step at a time, think about, meditate and pray, maybe pray, have faith, because you have to make a decision. And you want to make the right decision. It looks like this decision can leave you alone, and maybe that's the way you want to be. But this decision, if you work it right, can offer you new opportunities. I don't want to pull any extra cards on this, so I'm going to pull you a Black Dove card, Oracle card. And I have to explain to you, these cards are divided into 3 groups. The core issue, which says that every challenge has a source, and that source is always on your mind. Thus, the core issue identifies where there is a fracture or miscalculation in logic related to the situation or question. The projection cards reflect justifications and rationalizations in your mind that are preventing you from seeing the core issue. If you don't work it out and remove it, it may eventually cause you internal suffering and external hardship. Lastly, we have the action cards, which are divided into two groups. Blue action, which relates to your internal state of mind that you should apply when you think about the question. The red action cards relate to the external response to the situation. Because logic is, thoughts always precede action, and therefore are causal agents that affect everything that happened afterwards. So I'm going to pull a card. I don't know what it's going to be. Now let me do this. A projection card. It's a mirror. Let's see if it'll focus. There we go. The mirror. It's a projection card. And remember, projection is justifications and rationalizations that you have to work out or resolve, otherwise it's going to cause you problems. So let me read what it says here. It's page 96. Because what is a rationalization or justification but a mask of excuses? When you get the mirror in a reading, it is highly unlikely that you have a clear awareness of how your words and or your actions have created the circumstances you are now experiencing, for better or for worse. If you continue along this course, you may end up placing blame on someone or something else, or not giving yourself the credit that may be due if you have been in some way rewarded. In either case, you will miss a golden opportunity to learn what works or what doesn't work for you. If you have already discovered the origin of the matter within your word or deed, then this card is letting you know that there is a critical point you may have missed. So think about the core issue again. And that's what I have for you, Gemini, for June 2025. And so until next time, I'll talk to you later. Bye.